Welcome everyone to the last week. So yeah, thanks so much. It's been really good. I hope you've had a good time. And just a reminder, Monday is a public holiday, so we're having a 9 a.m. option if you want to do it then. 8 o'clock will just be a normal class, no open then. 9 o'clock will be open. And all the people on the heat sheet, I've set up a heat like we have here. So if you haven't done it yet and you think you're coming, because I'm taking the heat sheet after tonight, put your name. You can always let me know. Better to let me know last minute you're not coming, then it's just a bit easier. So remember to whack that down. But yeah, thanks to everyone that emailed in, you know, be it truthful or not, the funny stories or whatever from last week. So might be a few dummy spits tonight or whatever, or some emotions. So yeah, feel free to flick them through to me. That'll be really good. So, you know, the workout, hopefully most of us have seen it. It's sort of like a descending rep range. The movements are sort of progressing in complexity, I suppose, as they go. So the workout starts off with 5 wall walks. Then it has 50 double unders. Then it has 15 snatches at the first weight. So I've got 6 different stations that have the first 2 bars ready to go. Okay, I'll sort of run through to where the spots are. 15 snatches. Then you have, after you complete, or if you complete those first set of 15 snatches, there's a tie break on there. So just make sure you're looking at the clock for that tie break time. Then you go back into 5 wall walks, the same as before. You do 50 double unders again, the same as before. But then you've got 12 snatches, less reps, but with a heavier weight. Okay, so we'll talk about sort of options and how to break that down and stuff soon. If you manage to get all that done in 6 minutes, and it's probably easy to look at the scorecard, then you get like a little, it's like the old Mario Kart or Diddy Kong Racing checkpoint or whatever, you get a bit more time, you get an extra 3 minutes, and then from there, it goes on to strict handstand push-ups. So strict handstand push-ups, 20, 50 double unders, then down to 9 snatches at a heavier weight. That's, you know, 83 for guys and 56 for girls, I think it is. It's all written down on the scorecards anyway. And once again, all the scorecards are out where the wall walk standards are. So just try to leave them there if you can. Once you're done, just write them down and go. And then if anyone gets through that sort of 9 snatches, then we'll go on to the last one, okay? So the 90% of the world, this is gonna be a 6-minute workout. So really what it's about is just figuring, okay, if you don't maybe have the best double unders, really, that's what I need to warm up, that's what I need to lock and get my doubles, or if it's the second bar, or if it's wall walks or that, in those first 6 minutes, you know, or those first 3 movements, or the first 6 movements, what's the thing that's gonna sort of hold you back, I suppose, or be the hardest thing, and then you need to sort of base your workout around getting to that point, not too fatigued, so you can execute it. Like if you know the second bar is going to be really hard, it's worth going slower, so you've got the you know, a little bit fresher to maybe get 1 rep that you might not have, or get 1 more rep than you may have been able to if your shoulders were really cooked before, and that'll be your best effort. No point getting the tie break hustling there too tight to get one. Tie break's always beaten by 1 more rep, okay? So keep that in mind. It is quite confusing, I suppose, with the format. So does anyone, like, maybe we'll go out and cover the standards, and then if we've got sort of questions, we'll go from there, okay? So if we look over this way, we've got 6 different spots. You can use any of those walls over there with the black mats. You just can't go where this red cone is. That's because it's got a little, you know, penalty zone where this, you must be outside this tape when the workout starts. 3, 2, 1, go. Then you go in there, and you can't double under, you can't do anything inside this tape. So for most people, like where we've got the bars, like say for this spot here, I'd recommend doubling here, and then you've got your first bar, you've got the second bar. There's obviously guys here, double under here, first, second bar, this one here, double under here, first bar, second bar. And then yeah, when you go back to the wall, we go back to the wall. I suppose in terms of logistics on this side, this is a little bit of a confusing one, but once again, it's got this little 8 meter exclusion zone. So yeah, this is not ideal, but if you're on this lane here, then you're gonna go over here. You're gonna do double unders here, and then those will be 2 bars, just because you need the can't, but this is too short, so you go from there to there. This lane, you're gonna have those barbells, you can just double under here or so, barbell, barbell. This lane here, go out that way, okay, those are the 6 lanes. How are we tracking, crew? That makes sense so far? Real good about where we're gonna line up. Once again, there's no particular spots, just set, there'll be one heat that's gonna have 3 girls, so we just have to set up one more bar. Now, no one's mentioned to me anyway that they're gonna be modifying or doing different weights or whatever, but if you are doing something different, you're responsible. These are just the set male and female weights. So if you're doing something different, make sure you check it or you set it up, or let myself or one of the other coaches know so we can help change that for you, okay? So that's our starting point, and that's where we set up. So if Liz was doing this, 3, 2, 1, go, she starts, goes into her wall walks. So, like, you know, we've done these at heat, you know, so most of us should be pretty familiar. So for the females, both hands must be on the closer line. For the males, both hands must be on the furthest line. And by hands, I just mean any part of your hands, fingers, and you only need something touching. So as long as something from each hand is touching. So then before your hands move, both feet must be on the wall. Both feet on the wall, then your hands can move, walking in. Both hands have to touch that line, nothing else matters. Both hands touch the line, and then you come down. So your feet must be off the ground before they start moving, and then your hands must be on the line before your feet come back down to the ground, okay? So I think that's pretty much all the standards. That's all the stuff on the actual wall walk. Does anyone have any questions on that? If you flop against the wall or whatever, that doesn't matter, as long as your hands both get on that line, okay? All good?
Does your chest have to touch the ground on the last rep?
Yeah.
Yes, it does. That is a good question. Yes, on the last one, your chest must touch the ground before you go off into your next. So you finish the last one, chest on the ground, chest, and then you can go into your next thing, okay? Sweet. So once you've done, you know, your first set or your second set of wall walks, then we go forward onto double unders. So, yep, double unders, you know, rope behind, get a couple of singles, rope passes under twice. That's a double under. You know, there's first workout I ever did with double unders. You know, if you don't have them at all, you might start with it behind you, big jump, double whip. You know, try to get it underneath you twice. You know, you might be able to get one at a time. You can sort of get them done. Have a bit of a play. Yeah, if you haven't done it before, but you'd want probably a heavier rope. If you don't have them at all, that's it. Get it ready, get a heavier rope, do it a double spin and get it under like that. Sweet, so that's moving. If we did Wednesday's workout, perfect. We basically did this exact thing, so you should be good to go. So once we've done the rope, we're onto our barbell. So the barbell starts from the ground and then finishes bar over the top of the shoulder and the feet. Arms locked out, knees and hips locked out. So just maybe do one where you don't lock out your knees and hips just a little bit. So you can't like stand it up and then let it down. You must, like, knees and hips must lock out. So you must stand completely straight. Everything's locked out. Barbell's over the top of your sort of midline on your feet, and then down from there, okay? Cool. Any questions on the power snatch?
Can I ask a really dumb question?
Ah,
It is a really
yes.
dumb one.
Yeah.
I struggle with the heavier bar, but if I start from here and go down and start again, if it touches the ground and then goes up, is that still okay?
That's fine to do. If you want, like, it's sort of like
my
touching.
second and third rep's always better than my first.
Yeah, if you want to, if for some reason you find like you could deadlift it up, but you can't do a hang, so you have to deadlift it up, and then you've got to go
down.
touch and then go. Yep, that's all good if that for some reason. And if, you know, if you need to, you can do a full squat snatch. That's fine. Any style of snatch, as long, you know, you can split snatch or whatever, as long as your feet are in line, everything locks out at the end. Okay. Yeah. So that's it there. All right, so that's the first part, and I know people are stressing about the handstand push-ups, but it's pretty tough to sort of get there after our first 2 bars. But either way, you may be judging someone that's here as well. So even if it's not going to be you, come on in because we need to be able to see this. Okay, there's a fair few things to look out for handstand push-up. So first thing is some of your hands, once again, must be on the tape. So what I'd recommend for everyone is like sort of get down on your knees or whatever, get your hands set. So you see Liz, she's just getting the outside of her thumbs that's all you need. You know, just any little bit of touch, that can be enough to do heaps of stuff. So yeah, that's all we need. Then we kick up on the wall. We must start with our arms locked out position. You can't go down. So we're in a locked out position, then your head touches the ground, no kicking allowed, and then we lock it out again. So elbows locked out. Now your feet throughout the whole movement must stay within your hands, so they can't come out wide, and nothing else can touch the wall. Your head or your butt or nothing else can touch the wall. Lock out, and your feet must still be on the wall. You can kick down and give yourself a rest at the end. Okay, so one sort of big one that people will do is they'll be like pressing out and then they'll come off the wall just before the end. So it might look like this. Had a big one today. Last rep, so down, pressing out, and then like you fall off the wall and then come off. So that's no good. You must be locked out on the wall with your feet still on the wall. So with that one, you know, that will be pretty common today, because where we do handstand push-ups normally, this is quite a bit closer to the wall. So you're gonna have to get used to that position, and you're gonna have to stay tight, get used to staying on that wall, because yeah, once you get fatigued, watch so you don't fall off, because you don't wanna be almost locked out and then come off the wall, because that's not gonna count. How we going? Can anyone think of any other standards or any questions on the handstand push-up? Yeah, just watching our butt doesn't touch the wall and the feet don't go too wide. If your feet go out wider, then, so basically where the hands are, which is pretty much going to be as wide as the mat, so you can see if you go down and then yeah, the feet go, you know, yeah, so that's not going to count, okay? So yeah, so just, but the major things are when you're judging someone. I don't know, my boy. All right, so you can take a few photos. So just making sure as we go, hands are always on the line, and yeah, locked out on the wall, hands on the wall, okay? And then that's pretty much it. You know, then after the strict handstand push-ups, we'll go, you know, you got your doubles again, you got your snatch again, and you know, I'll be bowing down if we get onto that fourth round, okay? So we've got, you know, I'm not saying you can't do it, you know, I'll be really excited if you do. So we've got 2 bars set up. So if you're someone who thinks you might be able to get to that 3rd bar, on the heat sheet, we've got someone that's in charge of changing plates. So that person, just make sure you're hanging around, or you can even just let them know if you're like, nah, I'm not gonna be getting to that 3rd bar, you can go chill out, all good. Then they don't have to worry. But if you think you're maybe there, then get the plates ready and set that one up for that potential 3rd bar to go to, okay? But yeah, if you're in that position, you need to sort of know that yourself. And even if you think there's a chance, just get yourself ready. Any other questions before? So, you know, biggest thing with this is, once, like we spoke about, everyone should be pretty aware, be it double unders, wall walks, be it the snatches at a particular weight, where the hardest point for you is going to be, and you've got to base the workout around that. If you know the 2nd bar is going to be really tough, take your time a little bit, just focus on 1 rep at a time. If you know the handstand push-ups are going to be really tough, you're probably going to have to hustle a fair bit to sort of get there and give yourself time, but at the same time, you're going to need to just sort of know your own levels of fatigue. So hopefully you've done a bit of CrossFit and you sort of know your own abilities, and then we'll be all good, okay? So we're going to kick this off in maybe 5 minutes for this first heat. Just make sure everyone knows who they're judging and stuff like that. But yeah, let's do it, crew. Get it going.